Mike's Daily Podcast.
How did we get here? Who opened the door and let us in? Oh, I guess somebody just does. Some nondescript person lets us in for the show called
Mike's Daily Podcast.
This is the part of the show where I sing a song, and I want to sing about a boat and world, and I want to get on a boat with Nina Totenberg, because she's that gal that talks about the Supreme Court, and she gets things wrong all the time, but that's what life's like, sport. When you're doing the journalism thing, sometimes you're wrong.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Well, I think once upon a time, that didn't happen as much as it does now. Isn't that weird? More
Mike's
access,
Daily
more ways to get it wrong.
Podcast.
It's just that kind of a world in which we live.
Yeah.
So that's Nina Totenberg from NPR, always talking about the things with the Supreme Court and whatnot. And she prematurely announced that one of the Supreme Court judges was going to retire when they did not. But that's fascinating, isn't it? In this world that sometimes information gets out a little too quick. How about this information? Did you enjoy your 4th of July celebration? Burgers and beer, they weren't cheap. Consumers planned to celebrate the day, and apparently the amount of people that were going to spend the day celebrating was up 86%. And you know that's true because just before the 4th of July, one of my coworkers said, I bought my ribs already. I said, wait, what? Oh yeah, I bought ribs. And I said, oh, wait a minute. You know what? That's true. A lot of folks that are not... Let's take my lovely lady friend, for example. She does not really get into anything beef-related as far as meat goes. And suddenly, on the 4th of July, she becomes this major carnivore. I remember last year we had to run down to the supermarket and try and find some ground beef.
And here's today's podcast picture.
That was way overpriced because we should have gotten it the day before when everything was on sale, but because we got a day of, they marked the prices, they gouged us. Hey, the podcast picture's not of any of that, but perhaps it is a restaurant where I've had a burger before. In the fine town of Danville, California, there's this place called Sideboards, which used to be over in the more historic area. Now it's a little bit further out in the outskirts, but still in downtown Danville. If you ever make it to that part of the Bay Area, kind of old town looking, like railroads and cowboys and old... Oh, it was Eugene O'Neill, the writer, had a house near there. The late great Basil the Boxer and I walked around there all the time. In fact, I think he and I did eat at Sideboards once or twice. But yes, this is a cool picture. Nobody was in there at the time I took the picture, and they just have such cool decorations, and I'm not getting they don't sponsor the show. I wish they would. You know, the Supreme Court did allow now people to spend more money. I guess there's no cap on the amount of money people can spend on elections. So I just want you to know, I am media. This is a form of media. I've been doing it for 17 years. You may advertise on this wonderful... I'm selling. Yes, I'm selling. So I just sold out. But, oh, wait, I'm also on a radio station that takes donations.
Mike Matthews going to come in with more encouragement for you.
Oh, my encouragement, then I need to probably withdraw the thing about soliciting for... Anyway, all that advertisement money now is going into the media world. Maybe more so in the social media world, I would imagine, in today's world. But that made all the social media people super happy. The platforms, Indeed, YouTube, and TikTok, and Spotify, and all the rest, that Instagram, they're going to get money. People are going to advertise. So I guess good news for them with that Supreme Court decision that I'm sure Nina Totenberg talked about. But so 86% of us were doing the cooking, going woo-hoo-hoo for the holiday weekend, and consumers project, they were going to spend food up to, oh wow, the amount of money spent was around $9.5 billion. And the amount of money it costs for 10 people to eat on the 4th of July if you're doing the typical 4th of July barbecue, grilling, cookout, whatever you call it, I used to hear people go, hey, when I lived in Huntsville, Alabama, hey, we're going to have a cookout. And I said, wait, what does that mean? Oh, you mean a barbecue? And then somebody corrected me. No, barbecue means something different. Anyway, $73.82.
Oh, you almost had it.
This is the
You got to be quicker than that.
amount of that I was trying to quickly get to. That's how much it cost for 10 people on the 4th of July this year. Well, perhaps people are still talking about the World Cup. It made a goalkeeper from Cape Verde named Vozina, and I think I'm saying the name wrong. I have no idea because I don't watch any soccer at all. I was in Niles, California, where they every day this one place called Joe's. I don't get any money from Joe's either, but they were packing it in with people watching the soccer games. Something like $17 million is what Vozina has made.
What's going on? I just saw on the news that you're thinking about leaving. What happened?
Oh, he's not thinking about leaving social media. He is a social media star. The goalkeeper, Josimar Diaz, a.k.a. Vozina, saw his Instagram followers jump from 50,000 to 16 million. I can't even fathom that. Why do I have my Instagram open now? I guess I had it open for some particular reason. Oh, I was trying to find the podcast picture. Because I never want to post a podcast picture that I've already posted. But yes, it is from that wonderful restaurant.
Recognize my pronouns.
That I may have
What are pronouns?
used a pronoun to describe it, or maybe possibly a noun, or just a name, or just a title, or just a description. But I have a little less than 200 followers. A little bit less. Okay. This guy's got 16 million. Wow. As we go outside of Café Anyway, where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast, somewhere in Podcastro Valley, the last place on earth in the land of Meritopia. His World Cup performance has generated $17.7 million in equivalent brand value. So he can cash in with all the people that want to pay for him to be their spokesperson.
Anyway.
$17.7 million is what he could make. Anyway, Café Anyway. He made so this is written by Rob Black. He's a big soccer fan. He claims that he was a soccer star as a kid. He could have gone to scholarship on college scholarship with his amazing soccer prowess. But he uses a lot of the soccer jargon. He says that this guy, Vozina, made 7 saves on 27 shots and won the Man of the Match award for his standout performance, whatever that means. Oh, now, if you're watching sports or any type of sport at a bar, apparently the best sports bar in the nation is a place called Cosm. C-O-S-M. Is that how you say it? Sorry if I said it wrong. It has enormous screens that put you on the field. And the company that you may have bought a TV from, but if you bought a TV from them, it would say Vizio on the front instead of Sony. Sony is investing $100 million in Cosm, which makes large screen theaters that double as the best sports bar you've ever seen. This is Sony's second big investment in experiences following its acquisition of Alamo Drafthouse. Okay, I have no idea what that is. Sounds like a place you can buy a beer. But I tend to shy away and run away from those type of places. And sometimes I even get beamed aboard spaceships to get away from these crazy franchise, huge, big, mass restaurants that are big corporate-owned places. So now I'm on a spaceship.
This is the HAL 9000.
Yeah, we're on a spaceship!
You are listening to Mike's Daily Podcast.
Woo!
Coming to you from Café Anyway.
Yeah.
In Podcastro Valley.
That's where we are.
I'm sorry, Mike.
What?
I'm afraid I can't do that.
Do what? What is it specifically?
I'm afraid I can't do that, Mike.
Do What is the thing you're talking about doing, Hal?
Mike.
Okay.
Mike.
Hal, you're creeping me out. And you just put me back on Earth. Thank you very much, Hal. Where were we? Okay, were we talking about movies? Because, that's from Space Odyssey of 2001. And then they did a 2010 A Space Odyssey, and that had John Lithgow, and I'll stop there because I did not want to see it. And not as many people wanted to see that as the first one, which is odd. It's a Stanley Kubrick thing, the very first one. And I guess if you're into movies, it's groundbreaking, etc. Same reason why you got to go see.
You can use your damn it if it's easier. Don't worry, I will cross my eyes so I can't see your secret code.
A crazy lady like that telling you about don't show your debit card's special code. What was her name? Really, all names and words and everything else have just left my brain. Someday I'll think of who that was. But back to Disney. They are the first studio of this year to cross the $3 billion worldwide amount that they have made off the movie Toy Story 5, as well as the movie The Devil Wears Prada 2, and the Star Wars The Mandalorian movie, the Star Wars The Mandalorian and Grogu movie. Sorry, I forgot the Grogu. And then they also have a big stake in Pixar, so they made money
Who
from...
doesn't like cash cows?
The cash cow...
How do you do that?
What?
I just said the word cash cow.
Yeah, Pixar had a cash cow with the movie Hoppers. And then they also had made money from Send Help. So with all those movies, they made $3 billion. Disney did. The first studio of 2026 to make $3 billion off of all their movies. I have not seen any of those movies. But I have to tell you, someone I know who, a very devout Christian, she would not say The Devil Wears Prada. She didn't like saying the name Devil. So I guess she just called it Prada. But I mention her, and if I'm going to mention her, I got to mention how much I miss her. Sadly, she passed away recently. And oddly enough, that may have been the last movie she ever saw. But
there's a Spanish holiday tradition called El Gordo, the fat one.
The fat one! We should all celebrate that holiday. And we should all remember this wonderful person that you don't know her. Just think of the most wonderful, kindest person that you've enjoyed spending many holidays. We'd spend holidays with her, birthdays, all kinds of events. We'd have these big karaoke parties at her house. I'd bring the karaoke equipment, which was just my laptop, and I'd open up YouTube and find all those karaoke videos. It was
kind of scary.
Me singing karaoke? Oh, yeah. Open up the karaoke videos, and we'd all sing. We had so much fun with her. Wonderful lady, kind lady, and there's so much kindness missing in this world, so just wanted to say a nice thing about her. And she's gone way, way, way too soon. So, anyway, back to movies. Toy Story 5, yes, we're on Toy Story 5. It raked in almost $160 million worldwide. The Disney Pixar Pictures...
I need some turntables, Mike, if you're going to say it like that.
Disney Pixar Pictures, this year, I guess they've made up to $585 million. Warner Brothers Disney Studios Supergirl... Oh, okay. They are... Let's see. Their Supergirl turned in $38 million domestic box office. Oh, okay. So I guess the comparison, and I'm trying to read Rob's awful, just hideous writing, and I don't know why he writes, because he's writing this down, because he's reading this on TV. So I don't know how he doesn't stumble all over this and try and figure out what the heck he wrote. But apparently he has some psychic ability. He's able to figure it all out in his brain.
I can't make this up.
Well, Rob, make it readable, at least legible. Anyway, the point is, I think what he was trying to make was that Warner Brothers DC Studios, they made $38 million with their opening of Supergirl. It is awfully close to the DC disaster. DC, of course, all those comic books created by DC Comics that include Batman, Superman. So Joker, a villain from Batman, they had that movie Folie à Deux, was that it? It made $37.6 million. So Supergirl made slightly more, and don't forget Joker was considered a disaster. The only nice thing to say about Supergirl is that Supergirl did do very well in IMAX theaters. She did great in IMAX theaters, with over half, 51% of her gross coming from IMAX theaters. Paramount, their big claim to fame is a movie called Jackass Best and Last. It had the lowest start ever in the franchise at just a little under $8.5 million. Though it was cheap to make. But before all the publicizing of it, it was it was made for $10 million. So it's not even made it back. Wow. Made about $8.4 million, was made for $10 million. And then you add all the publicity and stuff, I'm sure they're in the hole. Then there was Universal's Minions and Monsters. It could get $100 million over 5 days, the big box office of the year.
That's what seems to be happening. The whole podcast industrial complex is now, everyone's crazy about video.
Oh, it's all about video.
You know what they're doing? They're doing a horrible disservice to podcasting.
Podcasting should be audio. I mean, it's something you should be able to do while gardening. You can't watch a video while gardening.
Why are they so concerned with video, with podcasting? If you do want to see the video of this, by the way, of me just sitting here talking in front of a microphone next to all the CDs that for some reason I have outside of Café Anyway, you can go to mikesdailypodcast.com and scroll down. You'll see there where it says you can see a video of the show here, and click on that, and this video will be up for about a day. So you got to hurry. And all right, well, Rob had a bunch of other numbers of this and that and the other thing, and breaking it all down. The point is that Disney is doing rather well, and the whole Warner Brothers Disney DC, not Disney but DC. So it's very confusing. Just remember, Disney's got Marvel, Warner Brothers has DC, and now Paramount has Warner Brothers. So I guess Paramount's got DC. I don't know. DC Comics, the Superman, Wonder Woman, and Aquaman and all that. But, I feel as if our whole attention is fading away from all of this childish idiocy. And maybe we're getting more into stuff that is original, like you had those...
That's enough. Put down the mic.
Well, I'm not quite done, though. The YouTubers that did some famous, big popular horror movies, for example. Kristen Wiig. Oh my gosh. It took me a while to remember Kristen Wiig. And then there's a lady named Alicia Witt. So someone reached out to me that wanted to promote Alicia Witt. Now, I don't know if you know, maybe you knew who she was. She's an actress. She was in a lot of TV shows and movies, I think in the late 80s and 90s, possibly even more recently. But she has done a song that was produced by someone that I am a huge fan of, Joe Henry. Joe Henry has done some amazing music. Anyway, I got a question.
Why do your toenails look like that?
Wasn't that question, but the guy that sent me this press release and asked me if I wanted to interview Alicia Witt, then asked me, can you tell me, because Alicia Witt's people are asking, give me, what's the reach of your podcast? The reach of my podcast. I was thinking, okay, how do I answer that? Because a lot of podcasters, even the really, really successful ones, they don't have all that stuff at their fingertips. They don't have all the statistics. It's just basically, if you've heard of me, well, then maybe my podcast has reached you. So therefore, I don't have to tell you about anyway, it was a ridiculous question. But look who's here outside of Café Anyway, somewhere in Podcastro Valley, the last place on earth in the land of Ameritopica. Hi, Mike. It's Benita the Rodeo Queen. How y'all doing? I brought my horse.
It's a disgruntled fiddle player. Tell you what.
What?
Steve and Colbert wanted to stop by and say something.
We owe you because we learn from you. We learn from you, by example, how to do a show with intention, how to work with clarity, how to treat people with respect. You are infuriatingly good at your job.
I try. Thank you. It's very kind words that Stephen Colbert said.
Yeah, it's a shame he got kicked off the TV. Because people bought the company that he was working for and kicked him out.
I don't know if that's exactly what happened, but yeah, things changed over there at CBS. And then you got the Paramount
Baby shark doing
the Baby Shark dance. Why were they doing that? I don't know exactly if that's exactly how it happened, but then the Paramount's got the Warner Brothers, and then Comcast is split off of NBC, and Universal. It's all very confusing. But someone that I used to talk to when I would go to work on the weekends and work at a radio station in the early 90s called The Bus, and her name was Pam Baumgartner. She still has been doing a blog that she's been doing for over 10 years. So let's do a quick segment of the Pam Baumgartner Files.
The Pam Baumgartner Files.
Evidence of that. I've not heard of it before. But...
And she put out another recent post, and she brought this question up. She said, why do people make wishes at 11:11? That is, I guess, 11:11 in the morning and 11:11 in the evening.
That's good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Wow! I don't like that sound effect. That's the one I don't like.
Well, maybe you should write your stories better. So this is from Pam Baumgartner. That was Rob Black. They have 2 chances every single day, people do, to make a wish, 365 days a year. Google says the cultural significance is many cultures associate 11:11 with good luck and positive energy. Remember I was mentioning, because we had the 4 threes in the title. This is FF episode 3335, but just a couple episodes ago it was 3333. And I said the time before that where we had 4 numbers in a row was 2222, and then before that was 1111. And that is a very culturally significant number arrangement. Well, it says here, many cultures associate 11:11, 4 11s in a row, with good luck and positive energy. In numerology, the number 11 is often seen...
Yes, love it!
People love it as a master number, symbolizing intuition and enlightenment. And then wishing at 11:11 serves as a reminder to pause and reflect on one's desires. It is a mindfulness moment, and you need that during your day to stop and just clear all your thoughts and your craziness and anxiety and stress and whatnot. Then there is collective belief, the shared practice of everyone wishing at 11:11 is a shared practice that creates a sense of community among those who participate. And some believe it's a time when the universe is more receptive to their intentions. There is a spiritual connection going on with the universe. And then for others, it's a habitual ritual. Yes, that rhymes. Habitual ritual. For many, it has become a fun and lighthearted tradition.
I'm calling about the tennis lessons for my grandson, age 13.
Oh, okay. Maybe to go play... That's another ritual. Habitual ritual is to play tennis. But for many, it has become a fun and lighthearted tradition to make a wish at this time. But Pam says, she writes here, it's poppycock, it's bullpucky, it's malarkey, and it's bull bleep. But then again, better safe than sorry. All right. Thank you so much, Pam. Look who else is here right now.
Hello, Mike. I make delicious root beer. Have some right now. Ooh. I make the root beer. I'm the brewmaster. Oh boy. Oh boy, I will drink some right now. That'd be great.
Right.
All right, that's not malarkey right now. That's some really good root beer.
Yeah, I make it in the basement. People come down there and they talk to me and they go, I don't never go outside because I'm always working from home. Because 60% of people still work from home, Mike. Did you know that statistic? I make the root beer drink right now.
All right, I'll have a little bit more. I'm so frightened when he talks to me like that. I need a safe space.
When I grow up, I want to be obsessed with emotional safety and do workplace sensitivity training all day long.
I need emotional safety right now. I need a call from you. Why don't you call me and tell me what you think about some of these stories we covered on the show thus far on this day. Here's the number to call.
Call Mike at the Café Anyway hotline. Area code 510-228-4640.
And with all things having to do with Mike's Daily Podcast, we go to the mainframe and hear from A-Frame. Thank you for listening to Mike's Daily Podcast.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com. Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye.